She the queen, yeah, that's Queen Esquire. Legal trouble, she getting you out the fire. Another dame, she solving another case. Cause she litigate with dignity and grace. She the queen, yeah, that's Queen Esquire. Legal trouble, she getting you out the fire. Another dame, she solving another case. Cause she litigate with dignity and grace.
Hello, litigators and opinionators. Court is now in session. You guys, have you guys heard about this crazy case that happened in Mississippi? This woman on the screen, y'all, it's a case of when someone sees their spouse as possession. They feel like they own them. They become so intoxicated with their spouse that they just lose their natural mind. And this woman is crazy, y'all. She went on Facebook Live, y'all, arguing with her 28-year-old husband, talking about he be out too late and he not cooking and cleaning and all that stuff for the household. And they got 3 kids, y'all. And she turned around and shot this man in the back of his head during the Facebook Live. A hot, complete mess. And her mom was no better, because her mom was over there, rooting her on time. The people that be like your soundboard when you're doing something wrong, you shouldn't be doing it. They be like, yeah, girl, you should be. Yeah, girl, you right about that. That's how the mom was. The mom was no better. And mom was condoning it while this woman was over here acting a fool, right? So it's just crazy. This woman's crazy. It just sounds like she just had this crazy possession over this man. And the thing is, I'm going to share it with you, some of their Facebook posts, because all that glitters is not gold. This couple kind of came off in the Mississippi community as this perfect couple that everybody admired. And the husband seemed to be this sweet family man. The stuff that he talked about on his Facebook about his wife, he was always such a sweet guy, shouting out his wife, shouting out his mom, and, just sound like a sweet man. And I'm going to show you the stuff. He really loved his kids based on his Facebook. We're going to go through this man's Facebook and you will see. He really loved his children. This man was a sweet man. I mean, yes, was he perfect? No. And they allege, now this was just an allegation. She tried to claim this man was bisexual, but it's not true. I think she was just mad and in her feelings. We'll show you the Facebook post, but I personally don't think it's true. I think she was mad because they were having argument issues. And so sometimes women scorned will try to spread false rumors about their spouse. There hasn't been anything that has corroborated that this man is actually homosexual or bisexual. I don't believe it's true, but y'all can be the judge. That's why you are the opinionators, because you will be the judge. And we are going to actually play the whole Facebook Live so you can hear it. So we're going to kind of delve into this crazy case. This case is so crazy, you guys. I just wanted to talk to you about it because I was like, oh my gosh, on Facebook Live though. Anyways, let's read about her and then we're going to go into their Facebooks, because their Facebook's got a lot of stuff, and then we'll listen to the Facebook Live. But here's a photo of her mugshot. And she had the nerve, y'all. This woman had the nerve. After she done shot and killed her husband, the first thing she said, she didn't say, I'm sorry. The first thing she said was, I'm going to go to jail. Oh, you dig right? You dang right you going to jail with your irrational self. Okay? Khadijah Michelle Brown shot and unalived a man during an argument recorded on Facebook Live, y'all. A woman has been arrested for allegedly shooting and unaliving a man during an argument recorded on Facebook Live. Khadijah Michelle Brown is 28 years old. She committed a tragic and senseless murder, said the local sheriff. And then when she did it, she had the audacity to tell the kids, because the kids saw all this, right? They had to see their dad shot in the back of the head. This is messed up. And they love their dad. These kids were very close to the dad. And the dad was very good to them from what I seen on Facebook. I'm going to share with you and I'll let you be the judge. But let me try to pause this. Why they got this video on here while we trying to talk about this case? This has nothing to do with the case we're doing. Okay. There's a lot of domestic violence going on from both sides. Both genders are having some issues. Okay. But this woman, y'all, she seemed to have very possessive over the husband. I think she had this unhealthy control and possession about him. And she felt like she was going to lose him because he wasn't really, paying her any mind. He trying to get ready for work. It was like 8:29 or something like that. I don't know. It was pretty close to when he had to get to work. So he's trying to tell her, hey, honey, I'm trying to get to work. And she's over here trying to control and be violent toward the man. And it's just so sad because he didn't deserve that. Anyways, deputies in Lowndes County, Mississippi say they responded to a domestic call violence call at 500 Green Tree Drive at around 7:42 a.m. Okay, it was around that time. Sorry, it was 7 in the morning. But he was still getting ready for work because he had to be at work at 9, so he was getting ready to leave. But drive at around 7:42 a.m. on Saturday. The victim, a 28-year-old male resident of the home, died. It's sad, from a single gunshot wound, authorities said. And they said the gunshot was to the back of his head. So you could tell he wasn't even aggressive toward her. He was trying to go away. And she had the nerve, y'all, to say it was an accident. Girl, bye. It was not an accident. And then during the live, after she shoots him in the head, she's like, oh, it went off. And then she turned around and kept pulling the trigger. You can hear her clicking the trigger or whatever, clicking the trigger. Multiple times after he was shot in the head. So I'm like, you still didn't learn your lesson. You're still clicking this, even though you just shot this man in the back of the head. You're dumb. Oh, well, it appeared that Brown and the victim were involved in an argument that turned physical. Deputies wrote this incident was captured on audio video on Facebook Live. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene, y'all. So sad. Authorities claimed to recover a 9mm handgun and other physical evidence from the scene. Brown was taken into custody without incident and taken to the Lowndes County Adult Detention Center, held waiting for her initial appearance, y'all. There was a history of domestic violence between Brown and the victim. Sheriff Eddie Hawkins said, this was a tragic and senseless murder, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the family of the victim. Fortunately, Brown is in custody, and we look forward to criminal justice system holding her accountable. The investigation was ongoing, authorities said. Saturday, Law and Crime could not immediately reach the sheriff's office for more information regarding the incident, including motive, the prior domestic violence incidents, and Brown's specific relationship to the man. Now, she is married to him. I'm going to show you marriage photos and everything. They're definitely married, and they have like 3 kids. And we're going to go and kind of delve into their Facebook, because you can really learn a lot from people looking at their Facebook. They tell it all. So here's her Facebook right here. Now let's start looking at the bio stuff. Here she says, Miss Brown Bab. So that's his last name. So she's definitely married. I'll show you her marriage photo. Says, so blessed, so beautiful, and so great. Love my children, Jeremiah, Zaniah, and Messiah. So they have 3 kids together, allegedly. I think they have 4, though. I don't know. I thought they just had a kid. Let's see. Now look at this. This is the last post she did yesterday at 5:08 a.m. She says, I have a bisexual husband, and then she tags him. So I feel like she was more verbally abusive to him. She's allegedly a digital creator. She serves host cashier at Buffalo Wild Wings. So she's just a cashier. She's a former car up at Zonic Drive-In. And she went to Columbus High School. So I don't think she has any higher education background. She's in Columbus, Mississippi, and she was married to him. You can see here, she says she's married to Jeremiah Rock. Brown is the deceased person, and we're going to go over his Facebook too. But here you can see right here, she was already slandering this man's name before he died. It felt like she was mad and bitter at this man, and she really wanted to destroy him. I don't know if maybe they had a rift in their relationship where he just kind of started withdrawing from her, and he just wasn't really spending time with her anymore because of all the arguing that they were doing. And they just really became so toxic, y'all. And she says right here, this was one day ago, she says, National Sale and Lease Manager F's his employees, Jeremiah Rock Brown. Now she's saying the manager is sleeping around with her husband, and it's a male manager. So again, I don't know if it's true or not. Like, I personally just feel she was mad because I don't see any receipts coming out, but y'all let me know in the chat if you actually found receipts on that, because I just feel like sometimes women get mad and the worst thing they could do is claim that the man is, the other way. He goes for the other team. He plays for the other team. You know what I'm talking about? But the thing is, they seem to try to put on this image. Here. She's saying, this is the one she's saying one day ago. She says that he's a cheater. And she posts this post of the woman that she alleges he's cheating on her with. And if you look at this, this is the guy she said, this is the girl that he said was cheating on with her husband. And this is the post that they had. The girl's name is Jessica Reeder. And it says, hey, sexy, how have you been? Call me. This is Jeremiah you work with at National Sale and Lease. So it looks like she found, oh, wow, guys, this is crazy. She found her husband's, she somehow got access to her husband's Facebook Messenger, and she found out that he was messaging this woman and calling her sexy and all this stuff and telling her to call him. And he had worked with this woman. So that's why I think that the anger really came from, is that he was cheating on her. He hadn't really been home as much anymore. He was always gone. And she became very irate. You know, a woman scorned, y'all, can turn into a straight demon. This woman, it was very unhealthy attachment that they had. It was like she saw him as a possession. But right here is where I think all the anger arose. And this was one day ago, guys. So this is what I think happened. Here's my theory. My theory is she caught him cheating. She found this message in his messenger. You know how women are wives, they could get access to the man's password and stuff. Then after that, she starts to slander his name. After that, you see right after this post about him being a cheater, she goes in to start slandering his name, in my opinion, saying that, you know, he's effing the supervisor, which is a male, and that he's a bisexual husband. So I think she got mad. You know, when a woman's scorned, it will say some things about you and take you out, okay? Let's see what else she had to say, because you can learn a lot from her. A good woman is more than a pretty face. She'll take care of you in ways you never expect, and all she wants back is love and respect. Right here, 2 days ago, again, she's thinking that he's been neglecting her. So this has been building up over time, guys. It didn't just happen the day of. That's what people have to realize. This had been building up. There was some tension, and this woman was already angry, and she already had thought this stuff in her mind, in my opinion. I think she already thought about it, because she already was coming at him with all force, okay? Okay. It said it's Friday. We having a good day today. No excuses. Don't let nobody ruin SHIT. This is the babies. You have to love me whole. Again, you have to love me whole. Way too solid to be half loved, half respected, and half appreciated. This was 3 days ago. So again, her needs are not being met in the relationship. He's starting to dibble and dabble outside of the marriage because he's not getting his needs met. So he's already messaging other women. He got caught in the action, and she's already feeling neglected. So she's already building up this enraged anger inside of her that had been boiling up till it got to this point. They had been arguing for a while, y'all. And then she got her mom involved, and her mom was kind of like her little cheerleader, okay? Getting her all roused up to do this, in my opinion, okay? We're going to watch the live. We're going to listen to the live and see what you think. Getting talked about don't faze me. Look at the people who talking, period. Okay. Let's see what else she says. Straight up, y'all be having SHIT to prove I don't give a F what nobody think of me. F you and them. Okay. So it looks like people have been talking about them. It says, seeing a man in daddy mode is so attractive. Ain't nothing like a good dad. And this was 3 days ago. So if they seem to have a very kind of roller coaster, inconsistent relationship. 1 minute they got things going good, right? This was 3 days ago. She's talking about what a good daddy is. And then all of a sudden, as we looked up at the other posts, now she started to get mad. She feeling neglected. He's not around. She finds out why he's not around. He's over here messaging a woman that works with him. So he's probably allegedly having an affair with somebody at his job. And because she is a woman scorned, she went on the verge to slander this man's name and his manhood to humiliate him. She was very abusive, started off very mentally and physically. Now, she claimed that he had hit her too. So I don't know. Okay. I don't know. You got to boss up quietly. They already don't like you. She think people was jealous of her relationship. Yep. This is us, your king and queen. They had a very toxic relationship. You know, those relationships, it's scary out here in the love world. Some people, when they start loving you, they will lose their natural mind, y'all. They will lose everything, and they will kill you, okay? Because they see you as a possession. You are no longer your own person. You don't have a right to leave the relationship. That's how I feel she is. Now, I don't know his other side of it, but it looked like he was getting really fed up with her. I can tell from the video that this man was getting tired of her. He was starting to date out of the marriage, and he was eventually going to leave this woman. That's what my opinion is. She knew he was going to leave her. She knew that he was emotionally now withdrawing away from her, and he stopped loving her. He really was about to be done with this girl, and he already was falling in love with somebody else. And she, you know, a woman knows when they're losing their man, and she could not take that, man, guys. She couldn't take it. She couldn't take it. So her mind told her, if I can't have you, no one can. In my opinion, she was never going to let that man walk out that house. He may have thought he was going to leave, but she was not going to let him. And she wanted to keep up this image in society to make it look like they had a perfect relationship, because I get that from on the live. She was over here talking about, you try to go to your family and talk negative about us. So in my opinion, that tells me, y'all, that she did not want him to go talk negative and tell the family, his family side, what's really going on. because they have been keeping up this facade on Facebook and everywhere else like they're the perfect couple, when in reality they're a hot mess that was just having all kind of issues. Yet she was still being a hypocrite because she was intertwining her mother in all the drama and venting to her mom about all the issues, but she didn't want him to do the same thing. She was a hypocrite. It's like, oh, I can do it. I can, intermeddle my mom in the business while my mom is double teaming you along with me, sounding straight toxic. But then when he wanted to go to his family for comfort, because he feels he's being double teamed and jumped on all the time, every time he gets in that house, it's toxicity all over the place. And when he wanted to go to his family, all of a sudden she's like, no, you not. And you're not going to leave this house. He was never going to leave that house. That woman was going to kill him that day. I don't think it was an accident. That is my humble opinion. I think she already had it set in her mind that she was going to kill this man because she knew she was losing him. He was done with her, y'all. He was withdrawing. When a man is constantly nag, and constantly accused, and they're not respected and they're not esteemed for all the things they're doing. And this man, in my opinion, he sounded like a really good man. I'm going to show you some of his posts, but he was a family man. He was very comforting to her. He was very supportive of the kids. He loved his kids, y'all. And I'm just saying, sometimes dads, they don't be too involved. They just let the wife do everything. But he seemed to be very much involved in his kids' life, and he loved those babies. I mean, I admired the man. I think he's a really good father. Not to mention, I'm just saying, as a black man, the man kept a job, y'all. That alone, okay? Because sometimes some of these brothers out here, they don't have the jobs. But the fact that he kept a job and tried to keep food on the table, and you have the audacity to try to have him cook, clean, and work, you're doing too much. The woman was a hot mess. Now let's play this live, see what she got to say. Is this a long live? What's she got to say on here? Because we don't got, it's just 26 minutes. We won't go into this one because we're going to play another live, y'all. He was just, and she is a Gemini. Oh my God. Well, that tells it all. That tells it all. Geminis be having issues. They be having double personalities. They be acting a straight, crazy, psychotic fool. Well, that tells me something too. I did not know this one was a Gemini. Okay. Now they be having their little two-faced sides. You don't know what you're going to get. And again, I'm not talking too bad about Geminis because I might have some Geminis viewers and I love every last one of y'all. I'm just saying, but I'm just saying sometimes every zodiac has their own weird stuff. Now here, this tells me something about her. I stated myself ain't SHIT out here, but weird vibes and secret animosity. Now she thought because, and this is something that women tend to think in the black community, that when they have a husband, they think anyone else out there who doesn't have a husband is jealous or hating on them. So she thinks, oh, because I got my man and I got kids, everybody out here hating on me, la, da, da, da. And I'm like, girl, bye. Okay, just because you have a husband don't mean everybody want what you have, because we already know under the surface something going on. Anyway, but she thinks that. The vibe I get from her, she thinks everybody's hating on her marriage, okay? Maybe there are some people out there hating on her, though. I'm not gonna lie. Some people do be hating, but still, she has that thought in her mind that everybody is jealous, okay? Don't worry about the family that ignores you. Act like you don't matter, blah, blah, blah. Here's a beautiful picture. It says, great day with family. Now, they carried this image, y'all, of perfection. Now, this man, to me, I feel like he was a wonderful father. That is a vibe. I want to show you his Facebook. We're just trying to look through her Facebook first. But this man was a wonderful father. Those kids love this man to death. And when you hear the live, they were absolutely traumatized. They wanted so bad to bring their dad back to life. It was so painful to hear those kids and how much agony they were in because they loved their dad so much and they didn't know what to do. Like they wanted to bring him back to life so bad. You could just hear the kids. And this woman, she only cared about herself, guys. She didn't care about Jeremy. She tried to have the nerve to be like, I'm sorry, the gun went off. Girl, you lying. You lying. Why would you bring a gun out in the first place in the middle of an argument? Because you knew what you were going to do with that gun. And now you want to lie. This woman was never going to let him leave that door leave out of that door, guys, because she knew he was going to leave her. He was already withdrawing from her emotional. He got tired of her mess. She's one of those women that are naggers. Men cannot stand a nagger. She nags. And what makes it worse for him is her mother double teams him. And he has to hear nagging from her, plus her mom. That is horrible for some man. There's a scripture, guys. There's a scripture that talks about how a man would rather live on a rooftop than to be with a nagging, just annoying woman. It's true. They cannot stand that. Okay. Let me find that scripture real quick. And it's very relevant. A nagging wife is like the dripping of a leaky roof in a rainstorm. Stopping her is like trying to stop the wind. It's like trying to grab olive oil with your hand. As iron sharpens iron. So look at that. That's what's from Proverbs 27, 15 through 20. And then Proverbs 21, 19 says, better to live out in the desert than with a nagging, complaining wife. Okay. And one translation, the International Standard Version says it's better to live in the wilderness than to live with the contentious, irritable woman. And that is exactly who this woman is. And the worst part about it is he doesn't have one nagging woman. He's got the mom too. He got two nagging women double teaming him. He's all alone in that house with these nagging women all the time. They're never happy. He's over here slaving, working to bring back home the bacon for the family. He started to dibble and dabble out of that marriage because he got tired of her. His needs were not being met. She was treating him like trash. She wasn't appreciating him. All she was never happy. And then she bring her mom in the picture to tear him down. So he did start dibbling and out of that relationship, in my humble opinion, based upon the screenshot of the woman he was talking to her and calling her sexy and all that. That is a natural thing. Now, I don't condone affairs, but if you read that book, His Needs, Her Needs, y'all need to read that book if you're into marriage. But each person has needs in a marriage. The man has needs and the woman has needs. And if those needs are not being met, it can open the door and breed in that dangerous aspect of cheating. There was something lacking in that marriage that was not fulfilling this man's needs because this woman seemed to only care about herself and her needs, and she didn't care about this man's needs at all. And he started to feel neglected and drained, and he started dabbling out of that relationship. Was it right? No, but she has to take accountability for her part in the play in it. And her part is very evident that she had a part in there. You pushed this man away by constantly nagging this man and treating him like a little boy. You didn't respect him as a man. You treated this man as a boy. You're hitting on him. You're popping him around. You are bullying a grown man. One thing a man needs is respect, and this woman didn't have it. She ran that relationship, and he got tired of it. I don't think he's a bad man. I think he just was abused for so long emotionally, and he got tired of it. Now, he probably has put his hands on her because she alleged he did something to her. But I think in this case, he was really trying to de-escalate the situation. He really was trying to do the right thing. He was trying to de-escalate. He was trying to get out the house. He's like, I'm really not trying to argue with you. I'm trying to make peace with you. I'm trying to get up out of here because I'm not trying to argue. He was all about his babies. All about his babies. And she saw this man as her possession. He was her possession, guys. She saw him as hers and hers alone. And in her mind, if I cannot have you, no one will have you. That is what this case is about. A woman scorned who saw her husband as her possession, and she could not handle the fact that he was starting to get tired of her. Women too. But in this case, I feel like he got wore out by all the arguments, the constant complaining. The woman didn't seem ever happy. She sounded like that scripture that we just talked about. She sounded like Proverbs 21:19 to me. Better to live in a desert with a quarrelsome, nagging wife. That is who she is, y'all. And now she want to play victim like she the victim. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. You're the victim. You are not the victim. Now look at this. March 14th, she says about Jeremy Rock. The man who is truly sorry will change his behavior. The man who misses you will make an effort and always show up. The man who truly loves you won't make you feel like SHIT. Now she tags Jeremy. Oops. Can you see this? Wait. Okay. Sorry. I don't know if you could see it. Now she tags him. So it seemed like he was withdrawing early on in March. They had been having a roller coaster of issues because it seemed like he had withdrawn emotionally. He had already been dibbling and dabbling. He already was developing an emotional relationship, if not physical too, with someone else at his job, who was fulfilling those needs that his wife was not doing anymore. The wife became selfish. She's a 28-year-old too. She became selfish and she started to think only about what her needs are. You can tell right here. She's so focused on what he's not doing for her, yet she has not stopped and sat down and thought about, what am I not doing for him? Why does he have to look out of this relationship? Where am I missing? Where that's why his needs, her needs come into play. What were you doing? But you so focused on what he's doing. The reason why he's not meeting your needs because you're not meeting his needs, honey. When you start acting right, he will start acting right. Sometimes you got to change your behavior so you can get a different result. Now, this is just my opinion. I don't know what was going on in the relationship, but I'm just looking at these posts and I'm making an opinion. Okay. Now here, March 14th, she says a relationship should be about helping each other deal with the stress the world brings, not adding unnecessary stress to each other's lives. So this is March 14th, guys. This woman, you can tell they have been having a roller coaster relationship. You've seen how she has a lot of posts talking about how he's not supportive of her. He's not caring about her. He's not meeting her needs. He's neglecting her. This had been building up, guys, for a long time. But then she has time talking about what a great daddy is. So in my opinion, it sounds like a roller coaster. It sounds like 1 minute is up, next minute is down, then it's up, then it's down. And she lost her natural mind on Saturday. That's what it looked like. That is what it looks like to me, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think, because I'm curious what you think about this crazy case. They said we are dating people who are busy doing meetups with other people while we still in the picture. People who are brave to sleep with someone else and come back to sleep with you. A person who will look deep in your eyes and say, I love you, while they don't mean it. That's how messed up we are as a nation. We are a generation where alcohol is turned into cool drinks, relationships are hobbies, breaking a girl's V card is an achievement, hurting someone is a joke, beating up your girlfriend is a discipline, taking your life becomes natural death, and cheating is part of a relationship, and our generation is lost. She reposted this on March 14th. She endorsed it as her own thoughts. That tells me this man had been cheating for a while. She knew it. But I really feel, instead of trying to sit down and talk to him and figure out what the heck's going on, she was nagging this man and nagging him and pushing him more and more away. She was not giving this guy any love, and she was not cultivating a welcoming home. So he was getting pushed in another direction where he was getting all this love and support from the girl Jessica, that it seems to be the girl he was dating based on that post she put up, Jessica Reeder or whatever her name was. She was the woman at the job, was really cultivating this man's ego, respecting him, giving him the attention he was not getting at home. Okay. And he wandered off. Now, was it right? No, I'm not excusing what he did, but you don't go and unalive somebody either. Okay. Now it says, enjoy this lovely Sunday, March 12th. That's like I told you, this is a roller coaster relationship. Now right here, they're cool. See how it goes up and down with them? Very, very roller coaster. Those are very toxic relationships. 1 minute you're good, next minute you're mad. Good, mad, good, mad, good, mad. You don't know what you're going to get, okay? You don't know. Here, March 8th, she says, my husband got me an upgrade for my anniversary present, even though it came after our anniversary. But even though it came, she said, my husband got me an upgrade for my anniversary present, even though it came after our anniversary. But I am very thankful and appreciative. I love you so much, hubby. That was March 8th. See? You see how much of a roller coaster this is? Just a few posts up, she's talking about how he's not supportive. Now you look a couple days before, she's happy because of the ring. But nothing he does is good enough. He didn't sat there, upgraded the ring, working all his work hours, doing all this wonderful stuff for her. And nothing is ever, it's only a Band-Aid, a temporary Band-Aid that soothes her for a moment in time. And then she turns back to being negative and complaining again. It's like up and down, up and down. This relationship was absolutely toxic, and it was waiting to have an explosion. It was just waiting. When you look at these Facebook posts, you could tell the whole story in a Facebook post. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to get the next post. It sounds good right now. Let's see what's going to happen the next day. It's like, seriously, this woman was a hot mess. Now March 8th, she's all, we outside. Now they look so happy. I'm like, I'm wondering if this woman has some other psychological issues. Okay. Now this was their marriage, March 7th, our memories. It was 7 years ago that they got married, March 5th, 2016, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, that they got married. Let's look at their photos of their marriage. So they've been married for a while. And as you're married and you have a toxic issue and you become codependent upon your spouse, like this woman was, her whole life was engulfed in this man. And she could not see anything else. And she felt she owned him. And if she could not have this man, no one else was going to have this man. He was her possession. He was this woman's possession, y'all. That is what happened, in my humble opinion. In my humble opinion, I really could see it for what it is. This was a very toxic possession type relationship. And she felt like this was her possession and he was going to do as she said. And she was never happy. This woman just complained. One minute she happy, he do something nice. Then the next minute she mad. It's like, if you want the man to change, why don't you change first sometimes? Sometimes you got to humble yourself. And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm coming really hard on this case because this case is crazy. What just happened? Okay, there it is, Khadijah. I'm trying to get back to where I was. So they have been married, we know now, since 2016. They married in March and they just had an anniversary. The woman, it just seems 1 minute she happy, next minute she's slandering. She completely disrespected this man. Like, it's to tell a man that he's bisexual and he's sleeping with his male manager because you're mad because you caught him cheating. That's a low blow. How do you think you're ever going to get this man back? You pushed him all the way out that door. That man was about to be done with her. This case, if he still managed to survive or live, he would have, before, say she never shot him, he would have eventually divorced her and he would have been with a new woman. He would have been much involved in his kid's life because he really loved those kids and probably fought for joint custody. But I think he would have moved on with the next girl. This woman was about to push him all the way out that door. He was done with her. His emotions were not even there. I could tell from that lie that he was done with her. He was really done. I think the only thing that really kept this man around at this point was those kids. And he was really about to just be done and just be like, I'm just going to get joint custody with my kids and just be done with you because you're too much. And you got your mom involved too. I got to argue with you and your mama. Like, this is too much. Look, March 5th. Happy anniversary to my lover, my best friend, my wonderful, amazing husband. Okay, now he's an amazing husband. Make it make sense. Wasn't you just talking about how he's a cheater and he's not there for you emotionally and he's sleeping with men and all these allegations? And now all of a sudden, a few weeks before, he's your amazing husband. This woman don't know what she confused. This woman is straight toxic. That's what I read from her. She's crazy. Okay. Now he's an amazing husband, y'all. We don't know what to believe with this. We have been rocking since middle school and high school. Never stopped loving each other since the day we met. We go through ups and downs. Yeah, we see that from your Facebook post, girl. We know you go ups and down, girl. We don't know what we're going to get with you. She made that. That's the truth. Okay. And sad and happy times. In a matter of seconds, y'all. I'm going to add that to it. This is the amplified version. They have sad and happy times in a matter of seconds. 1 minute they could be good, and then the next minute they arguing. That's how they seem to me. That to me is a recipe for disaster. That was a recipe for what happened on Saturday. Exactly. That type of instability where you 1 minute you just crazy, 1 minute and now you happy. Yeah, she crazy. Okay. Sad and happy times and still remain to be together always. But what a great journey we have been through together. Been married for 7 years. It's been a blessing to us, to Miss Brown and Mr. Brown. Happy anniversary. Now this woman has been continually emotionally abusive to this guy. And he managed to survive for 7 years. And he also was not as good. I'm not trying to make this guy out to be innocent because he passed away. He had his part in it too. Okay. They both were having issues. Right. But this constant toxicity in the marriage weared and teared on this man. And even though she says, you know, through the good and bad, they managed to be together, I think he reached a breaking point where he was done. Like, he was tired of the ups and downs. He was tired of the roller coasters. He was just done. He stopped caring about being faithful. He started dabbling out of the relationship. He just lost it because he was like, I mean, some people can only handle stuff like this for so long, and then eventually they're done. And I think he reached that point. He was done with her. What she thought was he was going to stick and stay around through all this toxicity, and she could just be whatever she wanted to be to him, and he going to keep staying around. Eventually, she knew he was done with her, and she could not handle that in her mind because she saw him as a possession. And in her mind, if I cannot have you, no one will have you. And like this woman, Anita said, she said, yeah, you loved him so much, you unalived him. Just sad. That is exactly what it was. She had a very unhealthy obsession and emotional codependency. This woman seemed like she was very unhealthy. Oh, what? Sorry, that I lost the, what happened there? This woman seemed to have a very unhealthy codependency on this man. It was like she was addicted to him. You know, sometimes people you're in a relationship with, they can become a form of an addiction. And he became her drug. And so whenever she didn't get her fix, meaning he started to pull back from her, pull away, he stopped spending time, he started hanging out with his guys late, he probably started sleeping with this other woman. Now it's like she's having withdrawals because that drug that she's been addicted to for 7 years, if not longer, is pulling away, and she's not getting her fix anymore. She's not getting her fix because he is losing his attachment to her because of how crazy she is. Absolutely insane, out of her mind, addicted to this man. And he lost it. She came with the receipts that he was allegedly cheating. He calling this other girl sexy and trying to get her to call him. He gave the girl's number. So we know that there's some type of infidelity going on, or at least starting out some emotional type of connection. Okay. But at the same time, led to that because he seemed to be a faithful guy. And we look at his posts on his Facebook, which we're going to get into. He seemed to be a pretty faithful, loyal dude. I'm going to show you some of the stuff why I think he's that way. But first, I'm going to show you a little bit more pictures on her page, and then we'll go into his page. But he seemed to be very committed, and something happened in that relationship that transitioned, and he started to feel unloved. He started to feel constantly attacked and unappreciated. See, look, she put cheater. And like this person said, should have got a divorce. Exactly, but she didn't want a divorce. That's the thing. She felt she owned him, and if she could not have him, that was the only way he was going to get out of that marriage is through death. That was the toxicity in this relationship. It's always been that way. And especially you see that evident with young, immature love like this. They met in middle school and in high school. They met in middle school. So this was probably her first love. She already had, you know, when you're young like that and you don't understand this, you know, love and connection like that, a lot of them can develop this unhealthy attachment to the person they're in a relationship with. And that can breed a dangerous, deadly combination when they're so young like this and immature, and you've been with this person your whole life from middle school all the way to 28. This woman didn't even know who she was yet. And she didn't know about love. You too immature to know about love at middle school. So she saw this man, it wasn't a healthy type of connection with them. It was very, very toxic. And the only way he was going to get out of this marriage was through death, because that's what she had in her head. In my opinion, I know she want to lie and talk about how this was accidental and blah, blah, blah. I don't believe it for one bit that this was accidental. She wanted that man dead because she shot him in the back of the head, execution style. If it was such the gun went off, you aimed that firearm at this man's back of his head. You aimed it and then you pressed the trigger. That is intentional, specific intent to kill this man, in my humble opinion. because you took that gun, you elevated it up, and you pointed it at this man's head. That is an execution, in my opinion. And you had one single bullet in there. Girl, bye. You shouldn't have even been playing around with it. And on these videos, this is her mom, the one that was instigating on the live. We're going to talk about her. She was over here no better than her daughter, over here instigating and talking mess and clowning and nagging him too. So he got two women nagging him. This man was living in hell. Shoot, I would have left too. Nobody want to live in that. Nobody want to hear people mouth all day. Like this person says, Miss Instigator now got to raise them babies. Should have stopped your daughter shaking my head. Okay. You should have been the mom. Here she is, all these pictures of the mom. You should have been the one to talk some sense into your daughter, but you instigated it and you egged it on, and you continually was her cheerleader. And that gave her more animosity because she had you backing her. Look at him with his little hospital outfit on February 1st. I think this is their fourth kid, I think, because they just had a baby February 1st, guys, of this year. They just had a newborn child. And look how happy he is as a dad, y'all. He was legitimately trying to be a good man. I'm not condoning what he did with cheating on the girl allegedly and disrespecting her. I'm not condoning that. But I'm just saying he looked like, we're going to go on his Facebook, he looked like a dude that was really trying, though, to be a legit dude. And it felt like she pushed this man out that door into the arms of another woman. It felt like that. That's what I'm getting. I'm not condoning cheating. I don't think it's acceptable, but still, I feel as though she pushed him out the door. See, look how involved he was. Look, very involved. He loved those kids. He was very invested in his children. And you don't see that a lot with Black fathers. I'm just saying, a lot of Black families have single parent households. But this man, on the other hand, he was very involved. And I look at the little shirts, Daddy one, that, look at, they got the little cute Jeremiah one and the name. This man was an all-American dad. I got to applaud him as a Black man. He was doing the right thing. And he's a great example to other Black men of a great father figure. I really do. Okay. And I really feel, even though I don't condone any type of cheating, I feel in this case really gives me the vibe from her Facebook post that this woman pushed that man into another relationship, basically. She pushed him out the door. You could see on the live when we hear it, how she was and her mom was. If he's getting that every day and he's doing all these things to try to show appreciation, he buying her a new upgrade ring and he's doing all these sweet things for her, and she's not even appreciating it. 1 minute she's happy and the next minute she's not. They just had this baby, y'all. Just had a baby. So they got 4 kids, I think, now. She didn't even upgrade her Facebook. That's how recent she had a baby. This new baby is not even going to know who his dad was or his dad was. Brand new baby. That is so a shame. Not even going to know who his dad is. Just had him. And he seemed like a real good dad, y'all. A really good dad. Oh, look, what they say in the comments. They said Joanne Porter is her name. I don't think she tried to unalive him. She's just frustrated, angered by his actions or the lack thereof. I'm sorry. I disagree with that woman in the comments. I think she did, because it took the action of pulling out the gun. She had to lift her hands up to aim it at his head. Okay. Because she shot him in the back of the head, executed this man. Then she had to press the trigger. That doesn't sound like an accident. It sounded intentional. Who does that? You don't play with guns like that and aim it at somebody's head. At the man's back of his head, and you say that's an accident? No way. Now, if it was an accident, maybe she pointed at the ground and shot him accidentally on the leg or accidentally on the feet or something. That sounds like an accident. But for her to intentionally raise that gun, and he's a tall man, she had to elevate that gun up to the man's head. Now look at kind of the toxic stuff they talk about, right? Mother effer, respect me. It seemed like there was a lot of disrespect in this marriage. This chain of communication talks a lot about respect, 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 respect. So that seems to be the lacking component in the marriage. both were just disrespecting each other. Look, mother effer, respect me. You calling your husband a mother effer? Are you kidding me? She was disrespecting this man for 7 years, if not longer. He got tired of it. It's going to eventually get to a point where people just lose interest. You keep doing something, they're not robots. Eventually they're going to get tired of you. She called him a mother effer. That's what you call your husband? That's disrespectful. And then she has the nerve to demand him to respect her. Look at this. Call it, he said, big general. He's trying to correct her. She called mother effer, respect me. He says, big general. She said, call it just like I see. She's still reinforcing that he's a mother effer. He said, laughing my A off. You want to ride in the backseat of my Chevy? She says, you got to respect me, like demanding him to respect her. He said, I always respect you, baby. She said, anywhere you see me. You so lame. I see you put that SHIT on Facebook, 11 my A off. You better respect me. Like, what kind of communication is this? Oh, you be with the smoke I see anywhere that I be. You know it's up with me. Look at the conversation. It sounds like they're in a war. This don't sound like a marriage. This sound like they were in a straight war. What kind of marriage is this? I would get the heck out of this. And he's look at how she keeps saying, you got to respect me. Anywhere. He said, you better respect me. Wow. You have to earn respect, honey. You don't just get it. And he says, you know it's up with me. They gonna respect me. Like, really, like she just feels like she's just entitled. She says, who am I? Like, this sounds like a sergeant general. You know a sergeant general, they're like, who am I? Sergeant General. What do we do? Attention, whatever. She sounds like she's a sergeant general drilling her cadet. Who am I? Seriously, this is how you talk to your, like, what kind of relationship is this? My wife, I'm thug missus. Like, I call the shots. That's what she's saying. This was December 29th. See how toxic this marriage was? This marriage has always been toxic. She's always run the show and felt like she was calling the shots. And this man was just following along like a lost puppy until he got tired of it one day. And he started standing up for himself and he started dibbling and dabbling out of that marriage because he constantly felt disrespected. She act like she the man. He says, LOL. She says, mother effer, respect me. You don't even ask him? He sounds like he is the passive spouse and she is the authoritative spouse. What kind of woman is this? I gotta applaud him for putting up with her this long. I'm sorry. He gets father of the year for me because I couldn't handle someone like that. If I was a dude, I would have been out many years ago. She's too much for me. I have so much respect for this man. Then he says, LOL. She said, they said they don't F with me. He said, LOL, who said that? But I say they can't F with me. Well, we can F tomorrow, pop in SHIT. Then she says, I tried to prank my husband with my favorite rapper, Big Glow. Okay, she's saying this is a prank. Song lyrics, and this is what I got since I'm on this little quarantine or whatever. Okay, so she said this was a prank. Okay, well, if it's a prank, y'all, it sounds like that's how she is in general, though. I'm just saying. She come off as someone who wants that, though. Even though she says it's a prank, sometimes, guys, people who say things are a joke, they really mean it. And why did she, of all the songs she could have picked, she picked this one, and she picked it for a reason. Jokes sometimes are not really jokes. It's what people really feel. And this woman felt to me like an authoritative type person based on the lie that we're going to play. She comes off as someone who is very authoritative, seems to try to call the shots, seems to basically reign as general and ruler in that marriage. And he seems so passive. Look how even when he was being pranked, he seems to be so, he just seems to be so calm. He could have, like, I know she tried to claim he hits her and stuff, but the way she was speaking to him, he could have easily popped off on her, but not once. It sounds like he was very patient, even in this prank. That's what tells me the character he is, because he could have been like, who do you think you are? Why the F you talking to me about that? I will handle you, blah, 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 right? He never did that. He seemed to be just de-escalating, playing along, and just very cool with it, and just trying to de-escalate. Hey, we can F tomorrow. Trying to compromise, and he doesn't sound to be the type of dude that's reactive. I think he was the passive one, is what I'm getting, and she sound like the authoritative one. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know. I'm curious what y'all get out of that, because it was a prank. But like I said, you guys got to really look at these pranks, because sometimes they're not really pranks. It's what people feel. She was trying to test him to see how he reacted, because she don't feel like he respects her. Okay. Because she could have picked any song in the world, y'all. But why she picked that toxic song? Why she picked that one? She could have picked anyone. I'm pretty sure she got more than one favorite song. She picked that really toxic one talking about respect. That's interesting. Okay. Now she says here, November 17th, 2022, I can't wait to have our third son, Josiah Pierre Brown, another addition to the Brown family, and so ready to push him out, but he have to cook some more before we can meet our other baby boy, because your siblings are excited to meet you, and we almost to finish the finish line, baby boy Josiah. So this was her fourth kid that she was about to have, because I don't think she mentioned him in her list of kids yet. Let me go back and look. I might have forgot if she listed him. Let me see. She listed, yeah, she didn't list him yet. Look, she put Jeremiah, Zaniah, and Messiah. She didn't put Josiah's name on there yet. So she hadn't even updated her profile. This was a very fresh baby that she just had in January, allegedly. So she just pushed this new baby out, hadn't even updated her Facebook. That's how new the baby was. Baby don't even know. He know a little bit of his dad, but he not going to ever see that dad again, because this woman was toxic. And if she couldn't have this man, nobody can. And she get her toxicity from this woman, because this woman was no better. Her mom was no better. No better. She was just as nagging. That's probably why she probably single too. Because she nag her husband, and that's where she got it from. She used to watch him nag. And you know what? Sometimes mothers can be jealous of their kids. And she probably for many years have been jealous of her daughter having this stable relationship. And she probably don't have a man. And so she wanted to ruin that marriage. She's been wanting that relationship to end for a long time, because she's lonely in herself. And sometimes these moms who have toxic tendencies can try to dismantle their child's relationship, because they don't have a relationship. She might have secretly been jealous of her own daughter's marriage. I'm just saying that. I see that happening a lot in the Black community with some of the toxic tendencies in some of these families, y'all. I'm speaking from experience, if you know what I mean. They get jealous of their kids having a stable relationship. She probably been mad for a long time, and she was eating it up. She was so happy to see their relationship breaking up. That's why you could see her really condoning all this stuff. Okay. Look how much he loved those babies. That is just wow. Back at it again. Baby number 4. It's like deja vu all over again, because I have my son Jeremiah 11, 14, and my daughter Zaniah 12, 14, 15, and I have my second son Messiah on 07/2022. Dang, she just had a baby last year, January, guys, and now due number 4 is due February 26, 2023. Dang, she had baby year after year after year. So first she had these 2 babies year apart. Then she waited a couple of years and had Messiah, and had these 2 babies 1 year apart. So they kind of had them in pairs, 1 year apart. The kids were precious too. They had a lot of love from the dad. I don't know, but the mom's a hot mess. Okay, I want to really go to Jeremiah's page. There's so much stuff on the girl's Facebook. Y'all can go to her Facebook if you want to see more, but I really want to show you an aspect of Jeremiah, because Jeremiah, in my opinion, was really a wonderful father. He really was. I'm not trying to say that because the man passed away. I'm saying it because of what I seen. I think this man was pushed away. So he was a manager. Look at this man. He was a manager. He met this girl in middle school, and he rose up to a manager at National Sell and Lease, guys. A manager. Working for his family. Digital creator, Columbus, Mississippi, married to this hot mess. A woman scorned. I'm just saying, naggy. Let's see what he had to say on his post, and then we'll get into his pictures. But his post, see, look here, March 5th. Look how sweet. Let's look at who he is. the way you can really find out who a person is by what they post. Let's see. March 5th, he says, happy anniversary to my queen, my friend, my wonderful and marvelous wife, Khadijah M. Brown. Now, you're going to notice a difference on his Facebook. He doesn't post about what's going on in a relationship. She is the one that tends to break the covenant a lot and constantly talking about divulging the problems in a relationship, which can further drive a partner away, because there's no trust when your partner is breaking the covenant and out here talking mess about you on social media. Okay. This man had probably been emotionally abused by this girl for so long. He got tired of her, y'all. I'm sorry. I really think that's what it was. He might have hit her. I'm not going to say, I don't know. And I don't condone putting your hands on a woman. She claimed he put his hands on her, but I just have that. I find that hard to believe, given how patient he was in that text message chain. He could have easily blown up on her if he really had anger issues like that. But he seemed to try to de-escalate even in the Facebook post. I mean, even in the text message chain, even when it was a prank. If he really had all these anger issues, you should have saw it reflected on that, oh, you know what she looked like right here? Guys, she looked like that woman who was unalive. What's that girl's name? The woman who got pulled over by the officers and they claimed she unalived herself in jail. She looked just like her. What's that girl's name? Dang, I forgot her name, but she looked just like that girl. Almost got them confused. But here's some more photos of them. Let's get back to Jeremiah. I want to see what he has. So he's posting this girl, his day one, very loyal. Then he says, October 19th, I enjoy being a father of 4 and having a great and beautiful wife. I always express how I feel about my family bond. And if you ain't got that, you don't have anything. Brown La Familia. Look how committed he was to this family. Look at that. He's talking about how proud he is of his wife, of his kids. He's not out here venting about all the issues in the marriage. He seems to be the more emotionally sound person in that marriage. We looked on her Facebook. She over here talking about all the issues in the relationship. And then she has a nerve to challenge this man's manhood and say he out here sleeping with other men when he probably really wasn't. I feel that was a lie. There's nothing to corroborate. It seemed like he was trying to get at that other woman, which we saw that she posted the messages that she found in his messenger. So it seemed like he was trying to get at a woman and she got mad. So she wanted to slander this man's reputation. And look what this person in the comments said. Sounded like a great man. I don't know you. And it seemed like you wanted the best. I hate this happened to you. Pray someone is taking care of your babies, and watch over them. Here he put right here, October 12th, 2022. Proud of my big Nana. He adored those kids, y'all. He adored them. Khadijah said on October 12th, I'm proud mother and my husband Jeremiah Rock is a proud father too. I'm happy to say our daughter made honor roll. Keep up the great work, Zanaya. We love you. And he said, proud of my big Zana. See? And then Jeremiah says here, everybody stop what you're doing and wish my great and wonderful mom a happy birthday. Drop them, Teresa. See? He posted his mom here with his fake, awful wife. And even the mom probably didn't even like him, y'all. She probably couldn't stand this. I mean, probably didn't like this girl. She probably couldn't stand her for her reasons. And she probably up there saying, I told my boy to stay away from this girl. September 21st, he says, in life, you're going to have demons and flaws, wonderful, wrongful doing in the past sometimes. The difference is when you do all the above and own up to those choices that you made, it make you a better person. But some people don't feel that have no flaws, demons or wrongdoing. That why they're still going through what they're going through. Good morning, Facebook family. He seems so sweet. I'm just looking at his post, y'all. This talks about, you can tell a person's going to be born a cheater. I don't know if he's trying to say he's not a cheater. Because here he puts here husband material. He says big facts. Okay, he's endorsing this. Let's see what he says about it. They said for Jeremiah, he's born in June. So he's implying that he's not a cheater. It says crossing path with a guy like Jeremy is rare, and you'll never be able to forget him. He's the type of person who can face his problems alone, but will do anything to make sure his loved ones don't have to do the same. He doesn't sugarcoat or beat around the bush. Okay. Does not beat around the bush. It seems like this is sound like what he's saying is this is who he is, y'all. Because he'd rather be brutally honest than one of those fake nice people. You'll never find a bigger heart in the world. If you're loved by him, you're lucky. But never take advantage of his kindness. His anger is dangerous once his trust is broken. And that sounds like a prophetic message of what happened, guys. He literally, this is who he is in a post. That's kind of eerie that this is really who he is. He will love you to the end, and he will be a diehard, loyal man to you. But if you keep pushing him, you will push him out that door. And that's what happened. You pushed him to a point of anger, which he did get to that point where he was just, oh my God, done with this girl. Right here, he told you exactly who he was. Okay? Yeah, he endorsed it. Okay? Then he says here, look at this, August 8th. I just want to say, I know people like to judge about me and my wife relationship, about us being so perfect. See, they carry this image to the public as there's a perfect marriage, right? We are not perfect. We are humans just like everybody else. Yes, I have 4 children with my wife. Nah, not by multiple women. Just wanted to let that be known. Just because people like to run and talk, if you go and speak facts, Brown La Familia, put a stamp on that. This man sounded like he was very, very proud to be a one-man woman. And you don't see that, guys. He really is a rare man. Most men are out here cheating, dibbling out. He was proud to be a one-man woman. He was proud to have 4 kids by one woman. And he was talking about it in a bragging way. He seemed very happy. And he's saying, you know, you think we're perfect, but we have issues, but I'm proud to be that one woman man. I'm proud to have all my kids by this one woman. And I tell you, you don't see that from men, especially in the Black community. So I find him to be a good man, in my opinion. I think this man was taken advantage of because of his kind heart, and he's very passive, and he kept putting up with this girl, constantly pushing him to the brink, and he lost it. And he pushed him right out that door. That man started cheating. Okay. Is it right what he did? No. But she was a contributing factor for why he did what he did. And then she had the nerve to turn around and unalive him because she messed up. It's like, if you want to keep him around, you got to love and cultivate and appreciate that man and build him up, not continually disrespect him like she was doing, in my humble opinion. Now, I'm saying it takes 2 to get in a relationship, but he probably has some fault too. But looking at this man's post, y'all, it sounds like he was diehard committed to this family. He never said one negative thing. She's over here talking negative about the relationship. She's over here telling the public why she don't respect him. He's a cheater. He's this, that, the other. He is not meeting her needs. Everybody knows what's going on in her marriage by her post. Yet he has not posted one negative thing about this marriage yet. And he probably could easily do so, but he respects the covenant and he respects his wife. So he's not about to divulge their energy like that. He seems to show honor to this woman, but she can't seem to show that same reciprocation back to the man, which is naturally going to push this man away. Look here, he's paying homage to his wife. May 25th, 2022. Happy birthday to my beautiful wife. Everybody stop what y'all doing. See how much he put this girl on a pedestal after 7 years, married to her, or 6 years at this time, and show her some love words. Can't explain how much she do. She a great mother, wife, and friend. My right hand since we was young. Y'all drop those hearts and wish her many more. He put this woman on a pedestal. Any woman would kill to have a man like him. I'm keeping it real. It is very hard to find a man of this man's caliber. I'm just telling you, he's a very unique individual, because in the Black community, okay, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to talk bad about my people, but I'm saying in the Black community, sometimes these men be gone. They're out here cheating, dibbling, and dabbling. Look what happened with Kevin Samuel telling all these women they're gonna have to share their man and all that stuff. This man out here is proud to be a one-man woman. How often do you see that? Look what he put here, guys. Look what he's claiming right here. May 6th, 17th, he says, when I'm in a relationship, nobody looks better to me than the person I'm with. I don't care how attractive someone is. My baby is more attractive. Now, this is when the relationship was more on the up and up. This was last year. Things started to change, though, as this relationship started wearing and tearing, to the point where he started looking at that relationship, because you could see from that Facebook Messenger post that he obviously was calling some other woman sexy, okay? And that he wanted her to call him, okay? So something happened this year that it started wear and tear, because he, here he posted in May that he only has eyes for his wife, and he's making it very known. So that's what I'm saying. You can be a faithful man like this man, right? A man can be faithful and want so bad. This is a great example of this, guys. You guys need to pay attention to this one, because there could be a man that has a heart to be faithful. He wants to be faithful. He wants to be a one-woman man. But if a woman continues to nag and nag and nag and push that man away, even a most faithful man can cheat. Same thing with a woman. Even the most faithful woman can cheat. If those needs are not being met and somebody else is filling the love bank up because the couples are not helping meet the needs of the partner, you could be the most faithful person. It will push you into the arms of another person. I'm sorry. This is an example of it. People can have all the good intentions. He had a good intentions. He's posting it on his Facebook that his intention was to be one woman man, and that he only has eyes for his wife. You don't care who else is attractive. His baby's more attractive, all this stuff. But even though he had the heart to want to do right, even that temptation got to him because this woman repeatedly took this man for granted. In my opinion, humbly speaking, looking on the outside into these posts, it tells it all. Who appreciated who? Not once have we seen him talk anything negative about his wife. He put this woman on a pedestal. Now look at this one right here, April 1st, 2022. Being a father of 3 beautiful and handsome children is a blessing. Everybody don't have the opportunity to express their life as a father. Look how much he's honored to be a father. This is like a trophy, a banner of honor for this man. He's talking about how this is like a rare opportunity, but be the man God made you to be. I don't know. He made a typo there. Not everyone is able, but if you are, let it be known. They made me become the man, father, and husband. I am very thankful. Wouldn't ask for nothing more. Love my wife for having those beautiful 3, my heartbeats. Look at him. He's paying homage to his kids, his wife. He's so thankful for these kids and how he sees it as an opportunity to be able to have this wonderful gift of these beautiful children that he adores. Wow. He was legit a good dude that got pushed out that door, y'all. And I'm not saying what he did was right by cheating, but she literally pushed him into the arms of another woman. Literally. All you have to do is look at those Facebook posts and you see it all. Look how proud he is. March 26, 2022, he posts his marriage license online, y'all. Right here. You hereby license to celebrate the rights of matrimony to Jeremiah Rashad Brown and Khadijah Michelle Porter. February 11th, 2016. This man was proud, and then she changed her name to Brown and Khadijah Michelle Porter. Look there, he put it there. He was so proud. Look at what a precious dude this was. Have you ever seen a man? I haven't seen this. I need to hear from y'all. Have you ever seen a man post his marriage license like that online? I never seen that. Okay. Most men over here don't wear their ring. They don't want to nobody know they're married. They don't even put their relationship status online. This man is declaring to the world that he is married. And he posted his marriage license several years after being married to this woman for 6 years during this time frame, or approaching 6 years, because he posted this March 26th. Okay, 6 years by then. He posted it by then. That, I have never seen a man do that. Okay, y'all gonna have to let me know if you've seen it. I've never seen it in my lifetime of a man so proud to post his marriage license like that. No, I haven't seen it. This person says, what the F? That's crazy. They got married. No, they didn't get married in 2022. They got married in 2016. That's what it says right there. She not reading the dates right. Girl, bye. He's all, y'all go support this young lady. Got a gift that she's showing and doing for her family. Look at him. Look at this man's heart. He posted this girl online, and he's telling people to support this young lady who's playing the violin out here to get some funding. He said, got a gift that she's showing and doing this for her family. He's over here trying to promote other young people out here who's trying to struggle to get money. Yeah, he was a good man. Right. I agree with Bad News. Bad News. Thank you, Bad News. He said she emotionally pushed him away with her bullying and controlling ways. Exactly, Bad News. This live is for all the men. Today I'm doing a video for the men because the men need somebody to speak up for them too sometimes. We always speaking about women. This one is going to be for the men because there could be abusive women out there too. And this man seemed like a legitimately good dude. Okay. A legitimately. Okay. Okay. And I don't think he's gay. That's messed up. You're going to slander this man's name like that because you mad because you're scorned because you pushed the man out the door into the arms of another woman. I'm sorry. Look how much he respected his mom. Now, one good sign is when a man respects and honors his mom, you know he's going to be a good man. I think he really tried, but the temptation got to him because he was constantly bullied by this woman. Just look at the Facebook post. It tells it all, guys. It's so evident. Look at here on her birthday. He says, 2021, happy birthday to my wonderful and great mother. Stop what y'all doing and wish her a happy birthday. That's so sweet. He did not deserve this, man. He didn't deserve to die like that. That is so sad. Look what he says here, September 10th. Love your family each and every day, no matter what. This man was so devoted. So devoted, y'all. Difference that you have with them. I hear a lot of people say, I hate my family, I hate them. But if they wasn't here, you will wish they was. Them good days, everybody, because it don't last forever. He got a lot of typos. If you have if you, my family, drop a heart just because I put this status up, don't mean something wrong. God woke me up and told me to express my thoughts. I love who love me and don't hate no one. Oh, see, he always shouting out his family, dude. I don't really see this a lot of days. This is so rare for me. I'm just keeping it real. Look at him on August 11th. Let me see what this is all about. I don't know if they got a copyright song on here.
Tell myself again, y'all fool. Y'all, let you get your ass back on. Look at man trying to run. You let Nedra talk to look. Let me tell y'all something. Trying to make the world great, so I'm gonna have fun. Shut this off. Shut this off. What?
Okay, that sounds like a bunch of copyright stuff. But look at this right here. She says she was mean to him. All he wanted to do was leave. I feel so bad for his kids and his family. That's sad. He loved his family so much. He died for it. That's so messed up, man. When a man doing right by his woman, man, actually loyal and actually faithful, man, and you do this to a good dude, like that is just straight dark. She pushed this man away and she knew she was never going to find another man as good as he was. So she killed him. That's what she did, in my opinion. She knew she was never going to find one like this guy. He said it in the post. He said, when you treat me wrong, you're going to remember me because you're not going to find anybody else like me. And she knew that he was about to leave her. He got fed up. Even a good man can be fed up with you. The Bible talks about it. The Bible, everything in that Bible, y'all got to listen to that Bible. That Bible will tell you. If you listen to the Bible, you'll have a good life. I'm just telling you because it will warn you about certain things. And the Bible warns about being a nagging. Proverbs 21, y'all. 21:19. It will warn you about being quarrelsome and nagging wife. A man who's good will try to stick it out. And he stuck it out for a very long time, since middle school. But eventually, they're going to grow tired of it. They are going to grow tired of it. This man, look how loving. He posts his kids online. I mean, wow. She didn't even seem so involved. Look at this person says, why she never commented on his post? Look at this. She don't comment on the man's posts. He comments on her stuff. He reposts her stuff. It sounded like she felt he was so in love with her because he was such a good man. She felt she could walk all over this dude. And she was immature in love because they started out really young. The woman, and she was still stuck in the household with her mama because she seemed to not be able to function without her mom because she's still a child in her head. She fell in love as a kid and never developed past that childhood mindset and saw this man as a complete object. Women do it too. We talk a lot about men on here because a lot of men be unloving people, but still, women do it too. As you can see here, this woman did not respect this man one bit. That's so sad, y'all. So sad. I just don't think this man deserves to happen to him. I don't. I'm sorry. I really don't. Women would do anything to have a man like he was. I'm keeping it real. It is so hard in these modern times to find a man of this man. He had a job. He was a manager. A lot of times in the Black community, women are taking care of the household. Women are the breadwinners. This man was out here working. He loved those kids. He was devoted. He was trying to be a faithful, good man to her. But she was making it so difficult for him that he, it was so hard because she wouldn't budge. It was all about her, because that's the thing. Since middle school, he made it all about her. He always tried to give. And eventually, when his needs are going to get met, eventually they're going to get tired of that. They're going to want their needs met too. What was she really doing? And then she had the nerve, he working, right? He a manager. She had the nerve to talk about her mom talking about, you need to cook and clean. You need to cook and clean. That's what she was saying. Talking about he need to cook and clean and da. While he got to go to work, she want him to go. She trying to get ready for work. She want him to go and cook the kids' food too. What are you doing? What are you doing? And the mom is over here condoning it though. Now we're going to play this live now. Let's take a look and dissect this live. We're going to hear it from beginning to end. She sure did. Betty said she took advantage of him, and she's going to pay for what she did. She's going to be in that jail for the rest of her life. Right. Like Betty said, he tried his best and got unalived. That's what I feel, guys. Don't you get that vibe from his Facebook post? You just compare what she said and what he said. It sounded like he was really trying to be that good person, trying to show other men, trying to be an example of what a real man is. And he was just getting all these different pushback from her and her mama. He pushed him right out that door. Shoot, some of us women, we want a man like him, okay? Right, like Betty said, he was married to a straight demon, right? Like Betty said, share this out to everyone, right? Because we need to talk about what the men go through too, because like Bad News said, I'm glad Bad News is in here, because Bad News is breaking it down. But yes, Bad News, what it's like. You probably dealt with a nagging, controlling woman, a quarrelsome woman. You probably was like, girl, bye. But let's play this. We're gonna dive into the live now. So if you haven't heard this yet, listen up. Wait, hold on. I want to hear it too. So I don't know what I did. Oh.
To go be. Yeah, people want to have something to say, but he ain't here with his kids. He ain't helping. He left at 6:00. He left at 6:06 to go be with his mama. If you don't need your mama kid instead of over here trying to cook something to eat. Why is there got to be a question about do I need to cook for the kids? Why is there a question? And he don't never have to question. He don't want to question everybody's loyalty. But where is his loyalty at? But he want to talk about me when I am not doing. He want to talk about me when I'm not doing. Talk about unnecessary. Then he talking about calling the police. Talk about I'm gonna get my stuff. But you got 4 kids and a wife. It's 7:36. He can't even be. He can't even come here and cook for these kids. He can't come here and cook for the kids. He got to be at work at 8 o'clock. Nah, matter of fact, he got to be at work at 9. Okay, but he still got time to cook for these kids. And then he got to go pick up his. He got to go pick up his buddy from his job, Law. Well, he need to tell Law he need to get his mama car and go to work.
And can't you hear the mom in the background just condoning it? Well, he need to tell the person that girl bye.
He pick up his buddy Law, take him to work back and forth every day.
ain't got nothing to
But
give
then-
nobody, helping nobody, but if law
But
ain't
he can't
getting
put gas in both
that's
cars.
what I'm saying. If law ain't getting him no gas money to go to work, talking about people got stuff. Okay, he wanna put it like that? Oh, I got stuff to do too. I'm over here. I got stuff to do too. I'm over here. I'm over here cooking breakfast. Like I said,
Yeah, what you on the phone with?
Uncle, bro, boom. I'm talking about uncle. Sure.
I'm over here. I'm done.
No, you ain't trying to get ready for work. Look at him. This is sad case, y'all. He getting his stuff. Look at that sad case. As a father.
Okay, Jeremy, what is the conversation you want to have?
We good.
Yeah, and your baby in the room.
Conversation you want to have?
We good. If I'm, give me my phone, bro. Don't say
What is the
something.
conversation you want to have?
What the conversation?
Get out my
He
phone.
said, what's the
Don't touch
conversation?
me. Don't touch me. I call the police over here. Do not touch me.
He said, what's the conversation y'all want to have?
Get on me.
What's the conversation you want to have?
Oh, I'm finna send man over here. She touch me, please.
Ain't nobody touching.
I'm gonna send my cousin over here. Do not touch me,
Don't
bro.
call nobody over here.
Oh,
What
baby,
is
she
the conversation?
tell your daughter to keep her hands on
What
me.
is the
Tell your
conversation?
daughter to keep her hands on me.
You the one slap me. You the one slap me. Hit me now. Hit me now.
Keep her hands on me.
What's up? I'm still asking what is the conversation?
Oh man, that's what I'm finna do. I'm finna get out. I ain't really trying to argue at all. I'm just trying to get my.
No, you want to go tell your family about this, about that. You want to do this.
I'm trying to leave from over here in peace, man. I ain't trying to argue at all.
Ain't nobody.
Let me take my car key off.
Yo, my key.
Stop. What is the conversation?
No, what's the conversation?
Bro.
What's the conversation?
Keep your hands on me.
What's the conversation?
Keep your hands on me. Don't touch me, bro.
What's the conversation?
Move, bro. I'm trying to get ready for work, man. Go.
How you getting ready for work?
What is going on? That's all
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm over here doing. Talking about I don't do nothing for the kids. I don't do nothing. I do what I can when I can.
understand.
But like I said, don't keep putting me in situations that's not my problem. And then, like I said, this is your family. You supposed to be here helping take care of
he ain't
these
straight.
kids.
He want
No, you're not good because you're not here taking care of these kids.
He want to go call everybody.
Keep your hands on me, bro. Don't touch me again.
Touch you.
Jason, sit there over here. We'll make it easy. Sit there over here. I'm gonna do it just like this. Sit there over here.
Ain't nobody finna come over here and do nothing.
Get your hands on me, bro. Stop touching me. Move.
Need to stop.
Sit there over there, Jason.
Ain't nobody coming over here.
Oh, me, bro. Sit down. Get your motherfucking hands on me, bro. Stop touching me, bro.
Stop.
Stop touching me.
I'm gonna kill you. Murder scene,
Stop
murder.
touching me again.
Stop.
Let go. Touch me. Touch me again. Touch me a motherfucking again.
Stop.
Touch me
Ain't
again.
nobody finna do
Don't go to
that.
put my gun
Ain't
on me.
nobody finna do nothing.
Open the top. Don't worry about it. Touch me again. Touch me again.
Stop. Yeah.
Touch me again.
Yeah. Stop. Yeah, bitch. Stop. Stop. I'm not over here for this.
Motherfucker gonna keep her
I
hands
kill
on me,
your
bro.
ass, not bitch. Stop. Nobody, I can get out my bed for this.
Man, people so
Stop.
fucking, man. No, I lose my shoes on me.
Oh, you ain't getting nothing. Everything in the top belong to me.
Stop. Get somewhere and sit down. Y'all gonna have to start stop all this. Cause then y'all wonder why the kids.
Please stay upstairs. Y'all stay upstairs, please. Where am I, Daddy? No, baby, no. No. Somebody. Get her out of here. My husband is dead. My kids in there. My baby, my newborn baby in there. And my baby in there. My baby in there. Who was tussling?
Where's the kids?
They pulled it.
All right, stay out. Hey, any kids in here?
My baby's on the bed, sir.
Hey, where they at upstairs?
I'm just like.
Hey, they upstairs? They're right here.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. The weapon is under your foot, man. Get out of here. Y'all got gloves?
I do not.
See.
She said she's trying to.
Yeah. Hey, everybody up here? Hey, it's the sheriff's department, okay? Y'all okay? It's okay. It's okay. All right. Where you? Is y'all two up here? Okay. Hey, man, is there a back door?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Y'all got some shoes y'all can get on? Yeah. All right. I'll get some shoes.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just breathe. Yeah, just put you some shoes on, okay? Okay, you got that weapon secured?
I do not. I'm gonna leave it right here for right now.
Okay. I'm about to bring these kids down. We're gonna go out the back.
Just check on it just to make sure. Hey, see, get over there.
Okay, the rest of it, guys, this is going to be the cops, trying to get, kids out, and then he picks up the phone and turns it off. So it's nothing really of substance after that. But you could hear during the live of how disturbing it was when the kids are having to see their dad shot in the back of the head, and she over here talking about, yo, dad dead. Like, who says that to children? That is just, this shows the dysfunction of this woman. The whole time he kept trying to de-escalate it while the mother was over here condoning her daughter's behavior. And then she had the audacity toward the end to tell the daughter to get away from her. But she was over here cheering her on all the way until she did what she did. And all of a sudden you want her to get away from her now, get away from you now. Now she turned on her daughter, showing the disloyalty and dysfunction in that family. Then you got to hear the kids over here disturbed and crying and have to see their dad, who they love so much, shot in the back of the head, like just took him out. And I just couldn't believe it. I lost it when she said, "Yo, dad dead." I was done, y'all. I was completely done. And then talking about, "Oh, I'm trying to wrap his head." Girl, you shouldn't have shot him in the first place. And then if you can listen to it closely, you can hear her when she says the gun went off. She's still pulling the trigger, still shooting the gun, even though luckily there was no other bullets in there. But imagine if there were other bullets in there and she kept pressing that trigger so carelessly. She could have ended up harming somebody else, maybe even the kids, just pulling the trigger, like seriously. So I hope this woman gets what she deserves. This is a case of fatal just toxicity in a relationship where this woman could possess this one, felt like she possessed this man, but she did not do what she should have did to honor and respect him as a respectful, dutiful wife. This woman was over here driving this man up a wall right along with her crazy mama. And now these kids don't have a mom or a dad, y'all. That is just so sad. And like Betty said, man, I know it's traumatizing. Poor JP6, poor JP6. I should have put a warning on here. I'd be assuming y'all already heard these stories. I just give my opinions on them, but I should have put a warning on this because I don't want JP6 to be traumatized. Sorry, sweetie. Betty says these kids are going to remember this for the rest of their lives. I know, man, they're never going to be the same. Those poor kids are jacked up. They were down there and they saw their dad with a gunshot wound to the head. And the mom talking about, "Oh, your dad's dead." Like nothing ever happened. Like, are you serious? And you can hear her mom talking about, "Get away from me. Get away from me." But you weren't saying that when you were over here condoning and applauding her nagging and tearing down her husband. And one of you guys were saying it felt like a roller coaster because one minute they over here tearing him down and all of a sudden when he's dead, now they crying over him. Make it make sense. That's what I'm saying. That was the kind of dynamic in the relationship. It was always up and down. You didn't know what you was going to get. All the toxicity left and right. And then you see how she humiliated him on Facebook Live. So she constantly humiliated this man. If you look at her Facebook, it looked like she repeatedly humiliated this man. And he tried to show dignity and grace and respect of the marriage, whereas she was constantly degrading, berating, tearing down this man, challenging his manhood, slandering him online. Now she did a Facebook Live to show him getting bullied by her and her mom. She constantly disrespected this man, but she had the nerve to demand respect from him. Girl, bye. I hope this woman gets life. Right, like JP says, I've seen things, but this one makes me cringe. It does. This one was very disturbing. I had to come and talk about this one. It is very, very disturbing. So this is a warning to y'all men out there, because I know we do a lot of stories about, men being involved in stuff. But there's some crazy women out there, y'all. I'm just saying. There are some crazy, deranged women out here that will take you completely out. You got to figure out who you are with. And sometimes you don't even know you with a psychotic person. Because they'll put on a great show until y'all get married. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, Lord, what did I get myself involved in? What did I do? All right, guys, I got to get to bed. I've been up all night, literally. Sorry to keep y'all up. Some of y'all probably couldn't sleep anyway, like me. It's time for me to head to sleep. I'm curious what y'all think. I really hope this woman gets life. What she did was horrific. I know, like JP says, if he was my son, I would want revenge. Okay, you better believe you saw that mama. She loved her boy. Oh, Lord, you don't know what that mom is feeling right now. You don't know. She probably told her son and warned her son about this woman too. Mothers have great intuition. And I wouldn't be surprised, I'm going to follow this story and hopefully they will publicize it. It doesn't seem like it really made mainstream news, which I find disturbing that they're not talking about this case. It frustrates me because I really would love to see this trial, because I really think his mom is going to come out and talk about probably how she warned him many times to not be with this woman. and how crazy she was, and he didn't listen to her, and now this is what happens. Because moms always tend to know stuff from the get-go. They always have some intuition about people. Because you notice how she just didn't want him to leave that house to talk to his family, because he said he was going to get his cousin, he was going to go talk to his family, and she was like, oh, you going to go talk to your family, tell them what's going on. She did not want them to know, because basically they probably already complained about this girl already. Probably could care less for her, but just tolerated her. But they really didn't care about that girl. She already showed all these crazy signs, posting all this crazy stuff on Facebook. They knew she was crazy. Okay. JP6 says, I would have had to be locked down because I want revenge for this actions. Okay. JP6, I feel unbridled rage. I will share it. Okay. So y'all share this live for some of you, the men out here who may get caught up with these toxic, crazy women out here. Okay. They got to know the red flags, because that Facebook page will show you the red flags by how crazy she was talking negative about her husband online throughout the weeks and months before she ended up unaliving him. She never respected this man. She saw him as a piece of property to her. And if she couldn't have this man, nobody can have him. All right. Love y'all. Take care. Toodaloo.